Welcome back to the Business Brainstorming. We brought back John Vahalik and Felicia Jones, our experts, for our topic today, the customer experience. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
All right, so John, let's start with you. Earlier we had talked a little bit about the experience economy, but let's talk a little bit now about the actual customer or client experience. Here at Experience Pros, we have a little saying that says, it's not just a thing, it's the only thing. What do you say?
Well, I'd say you're right. A lot of brands have made who they are based on the experience that they provide.
Absolutely. But when I think about, how that customer experience translates, right? We'll download a song for 99 cents, but we'll pay extra. We'll pay a premium to go see that band in concert, right?
It only costs 5 cents for a cup of coffee, and yet some people will pay upwards of $6 for, what is it you get?
That experience of somebody else making my latte and serving it to me in a really, kitschy coffee shop. As a small business owner, Felicia, I think so often we overlook the customer experience, right? We're so busy just trying to get our business off the ground. Have you had a favorite customer experience or an example of something you'd like to share?
Well, I just like to make sure that all of my customers just feel special, because I tackle one of the hardest topics out there, and that's money, and it's not that bad.
Well, how do you do it, though? What do you do to make your customers feel special?
Well, the biggest thing is just to make them feel relaxed and to make sure there's no shame in actually getting help with money, and it's more about communication, and I make sure that I'm always open for communication, making sure that they're doing a great thing, and just encouraging them. So that's what I do as far as customer experience, and I think we all should do a little bit more.
Right? One of my favorite places, of course, to go is to the Webolutions office. And John, you have taken the customer experience and I think put it on steroids. What was the impetus for that? Like, why focus so much on the customer experience?
Well, like we talked about, it is your brand when it's all said and done. Anybody can sell coffee, anybody can sell music, but when you engage with a product that has an experience, you're willing to pay more, and people enjoy it more, and they're more loyal and will tell other people about your brand.
All right, so John,
all of that right there, right?
Yeah, you nailed it. But let's dig a little deeper here, because I think there's something going on at Webolutions that we don't see happening often in the small business marketplace, and that is you treat your staff as your first line of customer, if you will. Address that for just a little bit.
Sure. So we've been recognized as one of Denver's best places to work, and so there's a lot of conscious things that we do for our team. So on their first day of work, we've got a whole checklist of what's going to happen during their first day of work. Their name will be on the monitor. It'll say, "Welcome to your career at Webolutions." We've got international breakfasts that we have every other month where we all sit down and share breakfast together from a different country, and we have music and we have scenery and we have things going on. And so you can't really go out there and say, hey, create a great customer experience and then not do that within your own company. So we focus in on that a lot.
I agree. And when we think about the customer experience, these days, customer service gets pretty much a bad rap, right? Nobody offers great customer service, and I think we're really shocked when we actually get good customer service.
Or even mediocre customer service.
Right? But, even then, taking that to a next level. So if people aren't expecting really good customer service these days, right, and we're shocked when we get it, how important then how valuable really is it then to even take it up that extra notch and actually have that customer experience?
Well, you have to think about yourself, and everybody wants to feel special, and no matter where you go. It can be a fast food chain or a hotel, and you just want to feel as if they knew you were coming, and you just take it to the next level because now you're loyal,
right?
Because they remembered my name and they knew exactly what I like. So it is just amazing. Just think about yourself.
One of the silliest things, I think it's silly, but it's such an impact in our office. We have a chalkboard. So, you can erase it. Right? But it says welcome, and when we're expecting somebody, we write their name on the chalkboard. They take a picture of it, they post it on social media. They're like, they were expecting me. My name is on the board. And something so simple, I think that's something that's just so simple, didn't cost us anything. It's not a hot air balloon, it's not this big thing, but it goes so far in the mind of the customer. John, you say that they'll actually pay more for that service. These days, people think they have to add more value in their product or service, but you say it's in the experience.
It's all in the experience. A cup of coffee at Starbucks is still a cup of coffee.
Right.
They've just made an experience around it and translates into billions of dollars and people lining up to get it. You mentioned a restaurant. If you go to Chick-fil-A and you say thank you, it doesn't matter which Chick-fil-A you're at, they'll say,
It's our pleasure.
Our pleasure,
Yeah.
my pleasure. And it's about taking a look at every moment. I was watching a show the other day about Disney, and they said there's no interaction that we do that's too small to make into an amazing experience. Oh. And so when you start looking at everything that you do, it gets easy to say, how can we make this a little bit neater?
John, you and I met when I was coming off of a career as a professional magician.
Yeah.
And you reminded me of something. And when you said that, there's no little detail that couldn't be an amazing experience. And I'm reminded of some of the magicians that made the 90s and the 2000s what it was on TV in magic. And that was, they took a $2 trick and turned it into $1 million miracle because they cared enough to put the details into the experience. Yes. Now, Felicia, when you're talking money with people and they finally get their guard down, do you start to see that they themselves start to project out and see how they could create a customer experience for their customers?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I scream to this earth heavens about is making sure you have confidence. And once you tackle the money, you have a little bit more confidence and you'll start to project out that experience that you want your customers to have. And it is amazing when you get to that point, and because now you know what it's like to be heard and loved on a little bit, and you'll do the same thing for your customers.
I didn't play the recent Powerball for $1.3 million or whatever, or $1 billion, whatever that was, but I can imagine that would inspire a little confidence.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's all woven together. It's no one thing that we're doing, right? It's all these, every little detail. And so looking at how we greet, every step of the way, we can take something and just put that little extra spin on it, right, John?
Sure. So it starts when they call, and how do you answer your telephone? Some people might have an automated system. Some people might answer the phone and say a business name. Some people might say, good morning, it's a great day here at this business. What can I do to make you smile? Right? And so you can do it any step of the way along, and you've just got to think, what do they expect? And then where can I take it? And how can I make that consistent all the time so that people can tell other people about it and then they can experience it?
Well, I love it because it is everything. It's simple. It's little things. So every little thing, how can we make that better? Of course, make it consistent every single time and make that a culture that people will brag about and tell other people about. Well, you guys truly have been our experts when it comes to the customer experience. Love having you on the Business Brainstorm today.
Thank you very much.
All right, coming up next, what do you get when you mix wine, paint, and Eric? Stay tuned and we'll all find out together.
Would you like to be an expert guest on Experience Pros with Angel and Eric? Send your media kit to TV@experiencepros.com. That's TV@experiencepros.com.